Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horse.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Here we are on Horses Sing None of It. The musician is Kengmo. Welcome to the show, Kengmo.
Thank you for inviting me to the show, Ralph.
From the Cameroon he comes, bringing beautiful music and stories. He's been called the Philosopher King of Dance.
I didn't know you knew that one.
I read your promo.
Oops.
And I invited you to the show. We met at the Folk Alliance conference.
Yes.
And I didn't even hear you play music, just on the force of your personality. I said, this guy's got to come on the show.
Yes, it was like a joke, but it was so real. Here we are.
Here we are. Very good. So you want to tell us something about that tune?
Yes, actually I didn't play the whole thing. I just like gave a little taste. This is called kwakwa. Kwakwa is this dance where people dressed up really big, but the dance movement is small. It's just inside. It's very big in your heart. Your body moves very graciously and very slowly. And the music is like, you know, you feel that you want to move to the music, but you move very slowly, you know, just control your body and you and show off. Just show the pride, the beauty, and everything. It's just about, you know, acknowledging your beauty and your power.
Wow.
So it's called kwakwa. That's the, you know, when I'm actually on, like, with a group of kids or in a big stage, or even with my whole dance company or my whole, you know, performing group, it's a whole different thing. So.
This drum that you're playing on is beautiful. I don't know if the camera could get a close-up on this carving on this amazing piece of artwork here.
Yeah, and this is a Mamileke drum. The Bamileke people in Cameroon are some of the most wonderful people with a very rich culture. And there's so much to be said about that. And all what I can say is to talk about this art. The art of the Bamileke people is very well known across the world. And it's also, when I say very well known, I really mean should be known by more people across the world. That's really what I mean. And that's part of the reason why I carry these drums, you know, a lot of it around the world, anywhere I go with me. So it's and actually the carvings are not just the carvings. The carvings are actually just part of a whole educational system that is, you know, the root of it, you know, the spirituality, the wisdom, and the philosophy. That is the root of all this carving. You don't just wake up one morning and say, oh, I start to carve something abstract, you know, get a tree. The selection of the material is extremely important because it has to be selected in such a way that it will communicate with people, it will heal the people in such a way that even after years, people will still be connected to it.
That's beautiful. So
there are two of them, there's another one there, and there are many. These are small ones, actually. The big ones are tall like this and big. And you stand up to play those. And there are some that are skinny and long. I didn't bring all of those here. There's no, you know, I could fill up this whole place with musical instruments, but I just thought I'd bring just a few of them.
A few, yes. What would you like to do for us next?
I would like to play this, the flute of the initiated. You see, this one is not, I don't know if I could ever tell the whole story about it, but what I just want to say is that it took me 5 years to go out of my own way to play this one because my father was the lead of this, the sacred and the secret society of the Ndong. So he passed it on to me when I was a child. Over the years, I had to go through mysterious ways to wake up, to realize that it was in me. So I'm just going to play something, yeah, I'll play something little. Here, let's get this going. Just one.
Wow.
Thank you. So,
That's impressive. You know, I don't know if anybody's ever said anything about this before, but you remind me of, there's a very famous American black harmonica player named Sonny Terry who makes sounds similar to that on recordings that I've heard. It's like a deer chase or a fox chase that he plays on harmonica, and he makes sounds like the dogs and everything. I wonder if it goes back to his African roots like that.
yeah, I think that, I mean, obviously, yes. What I would just like to add is that many blacks here, they start a lot of art pieces, or, you know, it could be music, it could be anything. And most of the time what happens is that the history, I mean, because the art is something that is in you. Your culture is not something that somebody can really take away from you. So despite all the years of slavery or whatever kind of destruction that has occurred, people still have in them those, you know, that art. So anything that many blacks here, when they, as soon as they start something, you know, it rises up. And that is like, you know, the culture is like the root of a tree. You know, the tree cannot stand and be alive with that root, without that root.
Yeah.
So when that root is alive, you know, the tree can only produce the fruits, you know, that will be a consequence of what kind of nutrients the roots are getting from down there. So I think that what happens is that many blacks, as soon as they start doing something, they go back all the way back. Actually, if many of the blacks will listen to themselves much more, or look at what they're doing, they will easily trace the family from where they came from. Exactly, because it's in there. It's in there. So when you touch that thing right in there, it's like a mirror. Then you can see, and then it's very easy to identify. I think that musician is something that's, you know, sometimes you think that you're learning, but you're not really learning because it's already there.
I'm also thinking people watching may be curious about your costuming because it's so beautiful and glorious.
Yeah, the Bamileke people dress up according to the event. This hat is one of the ceremonial hats that people wear. You know, for those who would think that you were going to go to Cameroon and see people walking down the road wearing this hat, and no, it would not be like that. It's only when there is an important event that you see people wearing hats like this. And there are many, many, many that I even have many that I didn't bring here. You know, I just, you know, felt like I'd wear this one today. and this one, the clothes here, this one is made in the factory in Cameroon, but these symbols here are some of the symbols that are really formed, like the way the kente clothes. You see, in America, many people think that there's only one kente clothes in Africa. Big mistake. Every ethnic group has the kente clothes. That kente clothes is something that is deeply attached to the culture. It's a symbol. It's like the flag of the people. So every ethnic group in Africa has their own kente clothes. So, and I'm just saying this because I think that it would be very important for many people here who tend to, the kente clothes that is from Ghana, that is out now, is very good. But so that they don't stop there, they should keep on exploring because there is so much. This is one of them. And so far, sometimes when I go to places, and I tell people kente clothes, they think, we don't connect because they want it to look like something they know. But they are actually being in the trap of the television, because television here seem to try to, you know, put ideas in the minds of the people and control them and limit them. And the world is so big. Instead to explore the world, they're exploring a box. Like I'm sitting in a box now, people might think that they really know me and feel me, but in order to really experience me, you have to be around me. You cannot be sitting in your home and thinking because you see me in the box, you really know exactly who I am. If you don't feel my energy, if we don't interact, you know, maybe this will lead you to me. and which is a good thing. But go beyond that, that connection and reach out, to being present with me. So as well as the world out there, not just me.
That sounds like a good introduction to telling people how to get in touch with you. If you might want to find out how to get on Kengmo's mailing list, find out where he's going to be performing, or how to get in touch with him for more information about his programs, you can call this number that Scott will magically put on the screen. I can't even read it from here. Can you tell us the number, Kengmo?
Yes, the number is 202-797-1555. And there's a fax that goes with it, 797-1557. Both numbers, area codes are 202. And I have an office and a house in Washington because many people, they always wonder, I just come from Cameroon, how come I have, I didn't just come, I've been here for some time. I go back every year, yes. But get the number and call me, even just, hey, to say hello. Yes, and I will be happy to say hello.
Why don't you play some of these other interesting things you have here for us?
Oh, good. I have one here. This one is called... Wait, maybe since I'm sitting here, why don't I play this one? This one is called Nzang. Nzang, this, many people who don't know, this is the mother and the father of what people call today xylophone, marimba, vibraphone. It's not the other way around. See, in America, people think that the people in the village looked on the modern xylophone to make this one. No, it's the other way around. The people who made the xylophone, they don't get to even tell the history of where it comes from. But this is it. This was around, hundreds or thousands of years before anybody ever made that machine to make that xylophone, or even think about it. So I'm going to play just one here, which...
fantastic.
See, when you start playing, you wake up the spirit and the room becomes small.
That was fantastic.
This one is called Ashuni. Ashuni means dialogue. So when you're feeling that dialogue, you know, when we communicate, we are moved, we shift, we grow, we learn, and we teach. That's why I feel so moved, because when you start to hear all these interactions, not just from this, go beyond the musical instrument, because this is not about the musical instrument now. It's about reaching out to all those connections and being part of it and feeling the support of it.
Yeah. Very good. We have about 6.5 minutes to do whatever we're going to do left. So,
You know what? There's one piece sitting here. This one here is called Ndu. There's so much that I could say about this Ndu here. Ndu was actually a powerful musical instrument with which millions of people will be mobilized in Africa in the matter of minutes. This one, or in case of a war or something, a very important event, or a king dies, millions of people will know in the matter of minutes. So this one is small. This one is made for, for the dances. I'm going to play it a little bit so that you can get to hear it. People easily say, oh, the log. I want to say, please, make sure you don't go around giving names that don't exist, because English is only one language. English does not translate any language. So please, when you see these things, or these precious things that are connected to all human, make sure instead to you pointing, and trying to give names that take away everything, just go, be modest, go to that person and say, what is it that you have there? What is the name? And we will learn a lot, and people can communicate. So many people say, oh, this is a lock, this is xylophone, this is that and that. And when American people get out of United States, they feel out of place. Because in the world, people speak so many languages. Those languages are so important. No language can replace another. Oh, let me move here and see what I can do with this one. So this one, I'm just explaining this to say this one here was much powerful than what the telephone is today. It still is, just depending what kind of governments or systems people are being forced to use, or people are setting in place in their own homes.
gets a lot of different sounds out of that thing.
Yes, a lot more. I actually have one here, only one, but usually sometimes you will have a series of these. Like there will be another one bigger than this one, smaller than this one, another one smaller than the other one. And sometimes you have like 6 of them going like shoo. And when people start playing, the story is untold. I cannot tell the whole story now because sometimes it's better that people experience it.
Okay, well, we hope that folks who are tuned in will try calling you. Maybe, Scott, you could show that number again to reach Kengmo in case you want to find out more about his programs. We've got just a minute and a half. We could try a little bit of that tune that you showed me there.
Grab something. Great.
Thanks for coming to visit us, Kengmo. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to let people hear my voice. And this one is Command Zone.